because I need some outside perspective because maybe I'm being dramatic, maybe I'm not. So we live in a neighborhood, it's very family friendly, and there's kids everywhere. And we've lived here, give or take, 10 years. And the neighborhood was pretty quiet. COVID happened. Nobody did anything. Nobody went anywhere. And so I don't know if this is like a new vibe or if it's something different or if it's because, life has gone back to normal. I'm not sure what this is. But the kids are out and the kids are out all the time. Fine. I'm fine with that. I love that. They ride their bikes, they play together, they all pick each other up, they go and do stuff. Fine with that. They've started riding motorized everything. Mm. Dirt bikes, four-wheelers, motorized scooters. Mm. Not my kid, but they ride on the sidewalks, they ride in people's yards. Not my kids, but what I'm trying to figure out is they've started coming to our house, and it's not to play with our kids. They don't even know that we have kids. They just want to play in our yard, our backyard predominantly, and they want to use our stuff that we have in our backyard. Um, like if there was a trampoline or something like that, they want to use whatever's back there. And here's where I'm struggling. You might be like, "Oh yeah, let the kids will be kids, let them have fun." 100%. I would rather you be outside playing and not on your cell phone. Like I love all the things I'm saying, except um we're up to like since February we've had 50 kids. 50 kids just show up here unannounced and they're just in our backyard unannounced. And the problem I'm running into is who are you? Um, where's your mom? Where's your dad? Who do you belong to? Do they know you're here? Has anybody asked? And so we've gone outside to talk to these children, and they range anywhere from like 8, 9, all the way up to 17. We have had some adults. I won't get into that. But I don't want to be a jerk, and I don't want to be like, get off my lawn. But like, also, who are you? I don't want to be legally responsible for you. My husband and I work from home. We're not free babysitters. I've never met these people. I don't know these people. I don't even know that these kids 100% come from this neighborhood because they're all on motorized things. So like some are coming through the woods and showing up here, some are coming from the other way, and I don't know why it's here. We're not that cool, and my kids aren't that they aren't outside. So like what brings you here? And I've told them all politely. I've said I've gone out there and I've explained, one, do you know what trespassing is? Two, don't do that. Like people are crazy. Please don't do that. Three, who are you? Like where did you come from? Why are you here? Why here? Why now? And I can't really get too clear of an answer other than, they're just trying to have a good time. They're not doing anything wrong. But you are though. And so my husband and I have gone back and forth on this. We don't know what to do about it. We've tried talking to the children about it, but again, I don't know who they are. They're just kids that show up here. And I don't know who they belong to. And the other day, and this is what's pushing me to post this. The other day, a car pulled up, dropped off two boys, and left. And the boys went around our house to go play. Oh, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that was my mom." Am I being dramatic? And so, at one point, probably about 3 years ago, we did have an issue where um, a person spit in my face and called me a "see you next Tuesday." And he was 16. He did not live in this neighborhood. We don't know where he is or why he showed. He just happened to be here, and he was back. Our property backs up to some woods, and he was back there doing stuff he shouldn't be doing. And when I was like, "Hey, please don't trespass," and it escalated from there. Police had to be called because he was being very threatening. I don't take kindly to being spit on, and I don't. The officer was really clear that even though this is clearly private property, that we have to put up no trespassing signs because technically we didn't. So, like, how did this 16-year-old know not to be here? And I'm like, you just said it. It's clearly someone's yard. And he's like, right, but like, you didn't have a. So, we've hung up a bunch of signs. I've explained to these children, I'm like, look, I have dogs. And if I let my dogs out to go potty, they're going to think you're a threat. And I don't want anything bad to happen to you. What if you get bit by a snake? What if something happens to you and I need to tell your parents and your parents don't know? And they're like, oh, it's cool. They're tracking my phone. That doesn't mean anything to me. Anybody could have your phone and take it anywhere. Am I being dramatic? And like, some of the kids are like, oh yeah, just look my parents up on Facebook, I think. I think they're on Facebook. Look them up on Facebook. shouldn't have to chase down your parent, is my thought. It's a big neighborhood. I have no clue where they're coming from. And our neighborhood connects to another, to another. There's about five that all come together. So, like, when you just point into a general direction, you're like, oh, I live over there. I don't know who you are. Are we being extra? Am I being bad? Help me. This has been so frustrating. And I really don't want to be, that person. And I want kids to have a safe, fun, good summer. But like next week, we're coming up on spring break. I cannot babysit all of you. And I'm not saying I need a helicopter parent, but like something's got to be better than this. Anything honestly has to be better. This has gotten to the point where it's been frustrating. So, talk me off the ledge. Tell me what you would do. Would you like I don't want to drive around and just holler like anybody missing a kid? Anybody missing a kid? Like I don't know what to do. It's not always the same kids. It changes all the time. Sometimes kids that have been here in the past bring new friends. And then those friends come with their new friends and so like I don't know who these people are at all. We had two boys that were older that wanted to anyway. And when they went home and told their parent, that one parent was so upset that their children had trespassed and could not believe that somebody just allowed their children to like hang out that they drove over here to introduce himself, apologize, and make sure it was okay. And we exchanged phone numbers, and I was like, yeah, I would want to know if they're biking here. I'd want to know that they made it safely. So, like, we can text you. So they would text ahead of time, be like, hey, can we come into the woods, whatever. And we'd be like, yeah, we're home, or no, we're not home, or like whatever. Just some kind of communication so that somebody has your general well-being. My biggest fear is they're going to get bit by a snake. And I'll call 911, but also I would want to know as a mom. And so I'm sure I'm overthinking it. That's where I shine, overthinking. So talk me through it. What would you do? I should also add, they've come as early as 7 a.m. and they've stayed as late. Like they've shown up to start their activities at like 8, 9 o'clock at night. And I'm like, we're not doing this. And then we've also got cameras everywhere now because we don't want to be legally responsible if and when something does happen. And we've got up no trespassing signs everywhere. We've got it blockade as best we can so that like you have to at least ask before you go back there, but they're still doing it. They're doing it all the time. And I think I know I'm more agitated with the parents, the flippancy of it, the whole like, as long as you're having fun. uh, And I get that maybe it takes a village, whatever. I'd like to meet my village before you just give me your kid to babysit all summer. And sometimes they come alone, just one kid. And then sometimes they come in a group. Uh, They've left trash in our yard, they've broken things in our yard, they've done a lot of things that are also just blatantly disrespectful. And then I'm trying really hard to be like, well, one person's choice shouldn't affect the many, but I'm getting to the point where like I'm done. I don't want to be a part of this and I don't want to be a jerk, but I feel like I'm being forced into a narrative I don't like or responsibility that I'm not agreeing to. So please talk me off the ledge. Or if you think if you think this is wrong, how would you approach this? Like I don't want to make a generic Facebook group post where like I'm the Karen of the neighborhood like wah. So like how would you move forward? How do you even handle this?